Now, I'm sad that this happened because you don't know how much I care for my black people and how I want us to do great. I want us to be like back then in the days in which I never got to experience when we had black owned towns and we were prosperous. We were doing great. It was excellent. But what it seems and what it has, not what it seems, but what has been going on for years and years now is that black females are hell bent on not wanting to respect and change or submit to a black man. Any black man. That means a black immigrant or a black American. Now I say this because Keke Palmer, I remember doing the video. I'm going to plug that video. But Keke Palmer, she was caught with Usher dancing very provocative or close with him, and her man, she didn't marry him, her man had some words of disgust, meaning he didn't agree to what she was doing and what she was wearing around Usher, which is the man. Ultimately, I ended up either hearing, or my assumption on my video is that, Keke, you keep messing around like this or displaying 304 or hoe ratchet behavior or tendencies, you're gonna eventually end up paying child support, and now you're gonna be on the other end of the stick. And we all know that black women, when it comes to paying a black man any type of money, they they are fucking livid. They don't want to do it at all. They will have hissy fits like a motherfucker if they have to do it. I think any woman would feel the same as well. But black women have to pay a black man. It's like she started losing her hair. She going crazy. The only thing that a black woman would willingly pay for a male is either her son. And she's only doing that because she has to. Because my whole thing on black females with children is they don't care about the child. Most of them, especially the ones who are single mothers, literally who are single mothers, they think of the child as a pet. They know that this dude, whoever they're spreading their legs to, doesn't want to stay with them, doesn't want to raise a child with them, but they'll end up getting nutted in, and then they'll go through with having the child. They'll go through with having the child anyway. And most of the cases is because what? They don't want to feel lonely. They want to have something that's beside them and then eventually cares about them, similar to what dogs are. So they want a pet dog, but it's a pet human for them that'll eventually grow up and hopefully then take care of them, because that's what they ultimately, you all the times you always see it, is they want their child to then eventually take care of them, because they gonna hope that they reap the benefits off of that. Or they either create a child because they're in hopes that the dude that they either fell head over heels for stays with them. They're like, if I have this child, then he's gonna have to stay with me. Nope, he don't have to. So most majority of black females don't care, don't give a fuck about a child. They just have it out of feeling lonely, all the reasons I just gave. Because if they truly cared, if they truly gave a fuck about that child, one, they would have never spreaded their legs and went through the process of even having a child if they knew that this man showed that, one, he doesn't want to have a family with you. Two, he's just there to fuck, basically. And then two, that if you have a child by this man, that you should do everything in your power to stay with this man. At that point, once you have that child by that man, that's the only man you should be with. That means you have now cut yourself off from men. And if you then get with other men, once again, you just like all the ratchet and hoes out there. That's what you end up becoming after that point. So even if that man decides that he doesn't want to be with you, you better say, hey, accept me as a side piece. I'm going to stay with you. And it's for the child. It's for the benefit of the child. And then tell him, hey, you don't have to be with me. I'll be the side piece. Just come here every so often, or every day, and act like we together for the purpose of the child. But no, they don't do that. They don't go to that extent. They don't try to do any of that because they truly don't care about the child. It's like I said, it's like black females are hell bent on making sure black society is a garbage pile, is always under attack. It's sad. It's almost like this short that I posted of somewhere. It was like, I think it was 1970s, where a black man said, why are you continuing to help, I'm paraphrasing, white supremacy continue to make sure that we stay suppressed? And that's what black females are continuously doing. You see that in a lot of shit that is going on. We've been seeing that for decades. Since I was a child, I was seeing that. Up till now, it's gotten worse. This is why you notice with white supremacy, they always are so focused on black men, specifically black American men. They are focused on breaking us. They want us to submit because every other group, Asians, Mexicans, Middle Easterns, all the fucking other groups, they've already submitted years ago. Black immigrants, they've submitted. And I would say roughly right when the revolutionary era for us as black Americans ended up ending in disaster because we had so many informants. They were all so heavily infiltrated in all of our revolutionary leaders, organizations or groups, that once that died, I believe that was roughly around the time period when which black women also then submitted. That's when they also submitted. And thus they were now under the wing of white society and why we have all this disdain and hate for black men and all the things that they constantly do to make sure we're always at a disadvantage. Like I was saying earlier, if you truly cared, you would stay with that person you created that child with, so then they'll have a 2-parent household, and so y'all can give them the structural foundation in which to take on the forces that are against them in this white supremacy society that is always attacking us as black people, specifically us as black men. But this is why I say they've already been controlled, and this is why white supremacy, white society, and all the other groups that contribute or benefit from it all are making sure that they attack us as black men. Their focus, you will learn that their focus is not black women. They already got black women. They got black women wrapped around their finger. Their focus is black men because we're the only ones left that haven't submitted, who haven't been completely controlled, who haven't given in. All these words I'm trying to use. Who haven't given in. But anyway, back on to Keke Palmer. I saw this as she got her wake-up call on that day when she did the disrespectful thing to her boyfriend. And now I'm going to finally say his name, Darius. She did that disrespectful thing to her boyfriend, Darius. She got her wake-up call at that point. She was like, wow, this dude could really take my child and put me on child support. He has every evidence to do so. Because one, I'm out here. I'm a famous person. I'm always out and about doing these little events and things like that. I'm also now on here doing some disrespectful, unmotherly type things. So he could do so. And when she realized that, and which I think ultimately she was more keen on, this dude can potentially put me on child support since she is the breadwinner of their little family unit. And so when she thought that, then her whole plan from then on out was, how do I get this motherfucker before I get got? And ultimately for him, he wasn't thinking none of that. He was thinking, hey, I'm just trying to get you to respect me and respect what we got going on here. She was thinking, man, fuck all that. I don't want to pay child support with you. And also, I don't want to respect you. I don't want to have to respect you. I want to continue, as many black females do, they want to continue disrespecting a black man in every way possible so that they can continue the ratchet hoe behavior that white society, white supremacy has deemed okay and worthy, because like I said, they've already been controlled and they've already submitted. So they do everything in their power to make sure that black society stays sustained. And so she thought that, and thus she was like, how do I get this dude? How do I get this dude so then I can flip the switch and get custody and thus be in a position where I can put him on child support, or where he won't be able to put me on child support at all. And that's what she did. She waited for that moment. Who knows? This could have been a moment where she decided she wanted to agitate him like crazy. And that's why. Because it's funny, because I thought they had like camera footage. So that means that she knew what she was doing. She set this up. She was like, hey, I gotta get this dude at some point so then I don't end up being in that said situation from that wake up call. And so she set up cameras. And thus she probably did various things during that time, or during this little time period since the Usher incident, in order to finally get him to either be abusive to her. And thus when she finally got him to be abusive to her, bam, now she was able to use that as evidence and say domestic violence, and be granted full custody of the child. Because if she knew, she probably not if she knew, she probably, if you got with this man before, you would have known that he was abusive way before getting with him. You would have never got with him. You're a famous black female who people thought was innocent and sweet. And as we now really see, that you were never innocent and sweet. You were just like all the rest of the black females out here in America, a ratchet hoe that's hell bent on disrespecting black men and making sure that black society stays suppressed and always under attack. And when that opportunity presented itself, she went ahead and did it. And now, Darius, now you're looking like the idiot. So what I say to all black men, and listen carefully, black men, when a black female disrespects you, I don't give a fuck what it is, in anything. If you are in a relationship with this woman, even if you're not in a relationship with this woman, if a black female ever disrespects you, whatever you decide to do at that point, you better follow through up on it. Don't back up, follow through up on it. They say this to men all the time, is if a woman cheats on you and you break it off after that, and then she wants to get back with you, don't ever get back with her. Because once you get back with her, in her head, she's going to be like, this motherfucker accept me back. So that means he okay with me cheating on him. And she will then do it again and expect you to then still be there. Because she will continue to disrespect you from that point on. Because you accepted her back after doing something that disrespectful to you. This is why they tell men, if she cheats on your ass, that's it. Don't ever, you break it off and you never see her again, and you go ahead and move on, find another female. It's the same with this. If a black female ever does something disrespectful to you, black men, listen to this. Does it? That's it. Whatever you decide to do in that situation, you better follow through on it. Because if you don't, you're going to end up looking like Darius, wishing that you did it when it first happened. Because ultimately with women in general, they hold grudges. And they will wait. They don't care. They'll wait decades so that they can eventually get their revenge on your ass. Look at Dre with his wife and the divorce and whatnot. You can see it, many people. Females will wait. They don't care how long it is. They will play the part as long as possible to find ways to set your ass up and then get their full ass revenge against you.